Hello and welcome to Super Saturdays, a comic book media podcast where each episode we will be focusing on your favorite comic books, TV shows, and movies to figure out if these projects will stand the test of time. I'm Damon A, and on today's episode, I am joined by the amazing Yes. Hey, Yes. Back again. Back again. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right. Well,
Right.
all right. Well, it's spooky season. On with the show. We have another news roundup for you guys. This week we have some very big news. Then we also have some very sad news. Uh, Writer Keith Giffen has passed away. He's the co-creator of Jaime Reyes' Blue Beetle, and he's known for revitalizing Justice League with Justice League International. I love Jaime Reyes' Blue Beetle, especially after watching the movie and taking some time and reading his stuff. And Justice League International is a really good book. I never finished it, but I just might go back and look into it further. In some other news, we have an overhaul of MCU TV shows. So Marvel announced that they're scrapping a good chunk of the Daredevil Born Again show that they were filming, and they're also doing a facelift of the way that they do their shows by having an official showrunner and plotting out these shows similarly to how shows should be plotted out. Yes, you made a face. What you think about that?
Girl, girl, gonna make the big decision to fucking make a show how it's supposed to be made. Girl, whatever. Girl, whatever. Whatever. Anyways.
Okay. We got one more piece of news. This news, fucking, I was shook. Okay, so there was some big news dropped. Now, okay, number one, this news is about Aquaman 2. The news that was dropped is that Amber Heard's therapist's notes have been leaked, and in the therapy notes, it was saying that Jason Momoa turned up to set dressed up as Johnny Depp, and that she was almost fired as Mira, and a whole lot of other things that I don't really want to get into on the show because it's honestly kind of a violation to have your therapy notes leaked. But some other interesting news that came out from this is that we learned a crap ton more about what's happening at DC. Jason Momoa may have met with James Gunn to play Lobo in the new Superman movie. That's interesting. Not really shook by that, but it's interesting. I'm curious about how it's gonna look. What's your thoughts? Yes.
If I was Amber Heard, I would start shooting people. Like, I don't know. I would be on a killing spree right now. I don't know. But to clarify, the notes, I wish I didn't hear it because I don't want to be in people's business like that. But the
Mm-hmm.
notes said that it would be dressed similarly to him and act the same way as him. So that was kind of like setting off something in her head. So, but I don't like Jason Momoa. Um, after he said,
Really?
well, let me tell you, after he went on a because he was on Game of Thrones. That's new information to me. I didn't fucking know that. Um,
But
on
most
the
people know
interview,
him from Game of Thrones.
I have not seen. I've seen 5 minutes of the first episode of Game of Thrones, and I turned it off, and I have never looked back. Anyways, I don't know what
Okay.
the fuck Jason Momoa be doing. I know him as Aquaman, and that's it. Anyways, after he went on that interview panel and said, the fun part about being on that show is getting to rape beautiful women. Jason Momoa, when I catch you, bitch. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna I'm finna get it.
What?
Look it up. Look it up. He said it out his mouth. Look it up, Damon. Get that man out of here.
Oh my god.
If
What?
I was Amber Heard, I would be on a killing spree right now. Everybody would be dead. Serial
Well,
killer.
Soups, you heard it here first. I'm gonna have to do some fucking research after this shit. I didn't know about that. Oh my god.
I didn't either. Apparently, he said in like what 2017 or something. Maybe before that. When did that show start? Like 2009? Did I make
Yeah,
that
but
up?
it ended in like 2018. I want to say.
Well, he said it a while ago, but regardless, he said it as a grown adult man, whether it was a joke or not. You know what? You know what? I wish
I'm
we could
shook.
afford.
I'm shook. Well,
Also, the fucking worst person you know said something you fucking agree with. Elon Musk.
that was some big. That was some big information about this news story. I would say. I didn't want to get too much into the Amber Heard thing, but the fact that Elon Musk said he would light this place on fire if they fired her. Wow.
He's real.
Okay.
Cause who are you?
I,
Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. Next.
all right. So we are doing Marvel Zombies by Robert Kirkman. So are you ready to dive in? Yes.
Yep.
Let's dive in. All right. So this story is set in an alternate universe where the world's superhero population has been infected with a virus which turned them into zombies. It took them only hours to destroy life as we know it, but what happens when they run out of humans to eat? Follow their search for food and witness the arrival of the Silver Surfer. All right, so a little bit of backstory. I'm not sure if you knew about this, yes, but this whole like Marvel Zombies concept, this is kind of like it was spun out from Ultimate Fantastic Four. Mark Millar had this idea of doing zombies, and then it was like Ultimate Reed would start communicating with what the reader and also him, what he thought was like the main universe, Mr. Fantastic. He gets there, turns out it's actually like the zombie universe. All this extra shit happens, and da 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 da. He meets Magneto. Magneto helps him escape. All that type of shit. I fucking love Marvel Zombies so fucking much. I do, and I love Ultimate Fantastic Four. So it was good to really get to reread this or whatever. So I want to know what were your initial thoughts, your overall thoughts of this mini series, this 5 issue mini series.
Not to be the antagonist of the show. I hated it. I hated it so bad. Oh my god. I hated it so bad.
Whew.
You're the villain of this podcast.
Oh my god!
Oh, okay.
Wow!
Damon, I hated it.
Wow! Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna get into this then. I
Okay.
suppose so. Wow. Okay. Or
Yeah.
is there any redeeming qualities you have for the book though? Or any things you did like?
I liked volume 3.
No, issue 3.
No. There's volume 1, 2, 3. I like the first two volumes. Oh my god, no. Volume 3 was fine. And the rest of
Wait.
you
You
didn't
read
like
like
it?
the whole entire thing.
I was trying to make myself like it and I couldn't.
Oh, you read Marvel
Yeah.
Zombies too. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So like Soups, I'm a hella surprised. Yeah, I sat down and read it all. Okay. We were only supposed to do number one,
It
the
might
of the 5 issue miniseries. So you know what? I think Soups, this episode might materialize into a Marvel Zombies discussion more so than a whole miniseries type of
well,
talk. Like yes, you're lucky. I freaking love these books. So I know them front to back. So I gotta say, who was your favorite character, or what characters did you like at least?
first of all, there's so many characters throughout the whole thing. There's so, and as someone who's not like accustomed to all these people, I'm used to like the fucking, you know, fucking Iron Man and Thor and Spider Man and shit. All those people, that was a lot. I'll say that. That was a lot for me who doesn't fucking know that much. But okay, I'll tell you who I did like. Spider Man.
Okay, okay. You know, speaking of Spider Man, on my notes, I actually had him down. Cause like going back to the first one in like the first issue where they were chasing down Magneto after he like saved the Reed from the other universe. Them chasing him down and shit, that was cool. I liked the just zombieisms of the book. I'd say like Spider Man breaking his leg and then being like, "Oh shit, my leg's broken."
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I hated that. I hated that. I hated the dialogue so bad. I don't know. Is it? Do they usually speak like that? Like the they're like unserious shit. Like at every waking moment, it's like it felt like I was reading fan fiction from a 13-year-old on Wattpad. That's what it felt like. That's what the dialogue felt like to me. Damn it. Damn it. There was a part where T'Challa got I think it was T'Challa. He got smacked or punched in the face and he was like crap with no exclamation point.
Okay.
Oh, smacked to the ground. He's like crap. Oh
I
my god, like what?
I got to admit, crap was used excessively in the Marvel Zombies. It was, and honestly, Robert Kirkman. I can just tell Robert Kirkman had a really good time writing this book. Like it just felt like I'm gonna write this. I'm not gonna think too much into it. I'm gonna have a fun time doing it. I don't know. I get what you're saying though. I can get behind the unseriousness of it at times, but I think that's a part of the like the dark humor of it though.
Mm, I was not fucking with it. I wasn't fucking with it. I hated the dialogue so much. Anytime they said something to each other, I was like, oh my god. Okay. Good. I guess, but oh my god.
Mm-mm.
I was so annoyed. I'm sorry. Like I was getting annoyed.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, let's talk a little bit more about the story. So, like them getting Magneto and everything. I don't know. I liked what I was seeing, like the whole little fight to get him or whatever. And some of the
I really
moments had me laughing. Laughing.
I really did like the fight scene. I enjoyed that a lot. It was I love the artwork. The fight scenes were amazing. I love the gore. What I really didn't like was the little teeth. I know that it's like you're trying to make them look like zombies. Something about the face that just wasn't doing it for me.
You know, I liked it though. I liked how it looked because it made it unsettling. And speaking, since we're talking about the art right now, I loved the art. Like the art, it looked classic. It looked classic, like superhero type of art, and maybe even a little like retro. But it also was very dark and looked dirty. And I liked how the whole gore was handled too, especially when they're feeding. I liked how it was like a whole grid style panel layout, and then like it was like
Gross.
silhouetted. Yeah, like it was silhouetted, but you could still see what the fuck they were eating
It
though. You
was
know what I
nasty.
mean?
I loved it.
Yeah, and I fucking loved whenever like it showed like the zombieism shit where like, oh, Wolverine uses his damn claws and it rips off his damn skin.
Yeah, that was
Yeah. And I liked how like the zombie flesh is like a green color. It's like a gross.
nasty.
Yeah. And then like I don't know, like there's a lot of moments for me that really shined or whatever. I think the moments were like not even just the art, but even like some of the things Robert Kirkman was doing story wise, I could like get behind. Like, okay, I liked when there was thought put into their like I liked how their hunger was like the central thing of the story. It's rare that I ever really see zombie shit where it really goes into details as to like what the hunger does to the people or whatever and why it like really drives them. So the fact that they could talk, it kind of like helped
Yeah, I
understand.
like that, but it's just if the dialogue wasn't like that.
See, I like the dialogue. I did. I liked the dialogue. I really
Oh,
did.
I couldn't
And I'm
stand it.
honestly wondering if you would have liked the newer Marvel Zombies. It's like kind of like a reboot of Marvel Zombies, which has like
There's so
better
much
dialogue.
Marvel Zombie shit. Apparently, there's a board game.
They milked the shit out of it.
I
After
can
number,
see.
yeah, after number one was a success, they were like, okay, let's milk this shit.
Both hands, all utters, milking, milking. So much Marvel Zombie shit.
Not both hands.
Yeah,
I'm dead.
both.
I am dead. I did like when they introduced like Silver Surfer, cause like they're
Yeah,
sitting there, and I even like the little like twisted shit. I gotta say, Giant Man was sexist as fuck. Like fuck Giant Man. That's all I gotta say. Like first of all, the fact that he was like holding on to a Black Panther and eating bits and pieces of him off, and I liked the little like scene where he had the little monologue.
that felt like slavery. That reminded me of slavery. I'm just gonna say that reminded me of slavery. Oh, you black man. Oh, oh. That's what it gave me.
But you know something? Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's what it gave me.
But you know something? Yeah, Giant Man in the story, I feel like
I was not
where were
fucking.
you January 6th? Yeah, that's the type of vibes I got from
Let me get up off this podcast.
him. I got January 6th vibes from him. I did, but I don't know.
I got January 6th.
Oh my god. Okay, so what was your thoughts on the other characters, just the other Marvel hero zombies?
Well,
Thoughts on Luke Cage?
yeah, he was like one under Spider-Man. That's my favorite. People with a little bit of sense and a little bit of thinking and emotion and introducing conflict into the story a little bit.
Okay,
I
okay.
liked I liked him in Spider-Man. But the rest of them, Hulk, oh my god.
No, Hulk irritated me. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a
I
little
don't
too
feel
like one note. Like I get it. When you're hungry, you turn into the Hulk, and all the Hulk thinks about is hunger and food. I get that. I will say there's some bits of comedy that came from it, but it did feel like okay, there's not really much you can do. I think for me, the writing kind of shined a little bit better when it came to Marvel Zombies 2, where like it was in the future, all type of shit. And you know something? Okay, before we just jump ship and talk more about it, I was gonna say, since you sat down and read all the Marvel Zombies books, which one would you, if you had to choose, what was your favorite?
three.
Three. And which one was three again? Was that the one with
Morbius and Jocasta and there's so many names rolling through my head right now. Aaron, Machine Man. Was his name Aaron?
Mm. Yes,
Oh,
Machine
no.
Man.
Yeah, Machine Man. I like that. It was a big change in tone compared to the first two.
Okay, okay.
I actually like that because there was a lot going on in those 23 pages. So it was a lot happening. Because again, I'm not really familiar with Marvel and all these less famous heroes, not heroes, villains, people, whatever. People. So yeah, I really liked it. And again, the artwork was really great. I love the artwork in three and four and five. But one and two,
You really did
oh
not like one and two.
no, not at all.
You know, I'm
Not
wondering
at,
if you would have liked Dead Days.
what's that about?
There's Marvel Zombies Dead Days. That's like the last one that Kirkman wrote, and basically it was telling you what caused the entire like virus and what happened the day that it happened, like first hit and everything.
Hmm.
So you see when Spider-Man got bit, and then when he ate Mary Jane and Aunt May and all the other type of shit.
Yeah, he was fucked up over Mary Jane and I hate my wife. I hate my aunt.
Hey,
Had him
shit,
fucked up.
that's in character though. I gotta say, I really liked how like Marvel Zombies really took place in like a separate universe than our main universe, especially because Captain America wasn't even called Captain America; it's called Colonel America,
Oh,
and he was
oh.
president.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
My question is this though: why the hell did T'Challa feel the need to keep Wasp? Honestly, I would have just left her there.
that was my question.
Honestly,
What?
I would have just left her there.
I was confused. I was thoroughly confused at that, but thoroughly confused at that. But okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
incredibly confused. And then on top of that, if the hunger literally, uh, because in number two we learned that like the hunger goes away if they wait long enough.
Mhm.
My thing is though, how long did they wait in book one?
Yeah.
Now I know that like I think it was said that like literally at the beginning of the book, at the beginning of the book or at some point, the book literally takes place at least 2 days after the like apocalypse happened. So they went through it their food source like that.
Yeah. So I'm thinking in the because when they eat, they ate what's his name? Magneto. They kind of I don't know how fast they're digesting. That was kind of throwing me off. The digestion time and how long it takes for them to need to eat again. Or I don't how am I trying to explain it? Because they're taking bits and pieces from Magneto, right?
Yeah.
So how long does it take to eat one person and move on to the next one before they because they were making a thing of digestion.
They did talk about that. They talked about how like they're since they're all decomposed at this point now, which it's been 2 days. Should they really be that decomposed? If you know what, I think I'm thinking too much into it. But
Yeah.
since I'm thinking
We're
too
trying to
much into
decide.
it, we really are. But like it's the fact that like so I think Giant Man made a point and talked about how it's how like their body since it's decomposed, it's basically their like the infection caused their entire body to like rot all this extra shit, so they digest shit fast. It like okay, that was a cool little bit I liked about the whole zombieism in this book when they were working on that machine that killed Galactus. And they were talking about how, like, yeah, we cut open our stomachs and just started re-eating pieces. That's gross. It's sick and it's very twisted. But I liked it. I liked it. You know what? I wouldn't have even thought about that. That's actually pretty smart, I would say.
Yeah, that was fucking gross. And just nibbling.
Just nibble. No, when the fucking Hulk, when Banner like opened up his bandage and then ripped it out and then ate it. But going back to a giant man being a sick fuck, uh, when he came back from doing his weird shit with T'Challa, and he saw that like the good chunk of the heroes were about to fight like the other heroes for a minute. And then when he came back, and then he was aligned himself with our main cast of heroes, and they ended up getting like the power cosmic after eating Silver Surfer. My thoughts was like, did Giant Man plot from the get go to try to eat the other heroes?
That was the vibe he was getting from me. His little hungry ass. He was trying to eat fucking any and every fucking body. I feel like if they, well, obviously they said it, but he would be the first one to start eating niggas. All the niggas he would have been nibbling on niggas first. It would have been him. That's those were his vibes. Oh my, I did not fucking like him the entire fucking thing.
Yeah, he was a sick fuck. And then it's just the fact that like he had that whole monologue talking about how, you know, if we were cured and things would have went back to how it was, I would still probably eat people.
Like
What?
Who?
Okay, Hannibal Lecter. Like okay,
Like it was sick. That was really sick.
like,
And you know something? It was sick. You know, I really think and I'm kind of glad that I liked Robert Kirkman's working on this. And I don't know if you knew about this, yes, but Robert Kirkman is also the creator of The Walking Dead.
oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, and Invincible too. Just I don't know. I just had a lot of different thoughts on that. Just eating the different bits and shit. And then I even liked the little after the villains were not villains, the heroes were able to kill Galactus. There's like a final showdown between the heroes and villains. And it's the way the heroes kind of were like, actually, you know what? I'm kind of enjoying murdering these guys after all these years. What the fuck? I think the coolest moment out of that was when the symbiote receded away from Venom and it revealed like a whole decomposing zombie Eddie Brock. That was pretty cool.
Never seen Venom naked, but that was new for me. I have a
What was your
big.
thoughts on the zombies becoming eating Galactus?
That was kind of gaggy, but I feel like that big ass nigga, y'all can all get a little bite. I like he would kind of last a while if you ask me.
That's what I thought too. I would have thought he would have lasted a little longer.
Y'all can't share. Y'all don't want no leftovers. Okay.
I
I don't
really
know.
would have thought he would have lasted a little bit longer or some shit like that, or maybe they could. Then again, they do. But my thing is though, could they even have leftovers? Because they talked about how like the food, like the flesh, has to be warm or some shit like that, or it can't be like dead.
Oh yeah, they said it still doesn't taste good if you cook it. But I retract my statement. Never
But
mind.
my question is though, is it dead flesh or is it zombie flesh?
I guess it's dead flesh because that's why he was keeping T'Challa alive and wouldn't just kill him and eat him. He was keeping him like in a comatose state to just keep that Negro blood pumping.
Okay, okay.
He was giving me slavery, eating a black man. It could have been anybody else. Well, not really, but I'm just saying.
Honestly, it really could have been anybody else. I'm trying to think who else he could have like had down there that was on the Avengers. Honestly, it could have been. It really could have been anybody.
I guess it could have been anybody else. I just felt like that was a little racist. It gave me racist. It gave me slavery.
All right. Well, on a scale of 5, I kind of already know what you're gonna choose. I kind of I kind of already know what you're gonna choose. Yes.
Oh, are we not going to talk about T'Challa and his swirling? We're going to skip over
Well,
that.
since you brought it up, okay, Soups. Basically, we've been skipping all around with this discussion. All right, since you brought it up, long story short, Soups. Like we said, Giant Man had T'Challa up in there and locked up. While all this stuff was happening with the zombies, T'Challa found a way to get out and get free. Magneto's accolades, who ended up living on Asteroid M, comes down looking for Magneto. They then find him, and they take him back to Asteroid M to hide away from the zombies. 5 years later, they come back. Zombies are gone because the zombies ate Galactus, and now they're the new Galactus going across the entire galaxy. Cool, great, fantastic. So, 5 years later, at the end of the first book, well, first series, T'Challa had got with one of Magneto's acolytes. Her name is Hendrix. I don't think T'Challa would be down
Mr. Wakanda
with the
himself.
swirl. I don't think he would be. I don't think he would be. I, I,
But can I tell you something?
I personally don't think he would be.
There was one panel where I think it was when they, I don't know, but she was looking at him. I was like, oh, I can see where this is gonna go. And where did it go? Exactly where I thought it was gonna be.
It sure
Oh,
did. It sure did. It sure
that's
did.
by the way. I thought that coming my way. I
No, I found. Go ahead.
I don't think he would do that. I don't think that's him. I don't think that's in his DNA.
I don't
He
think so either. That's the real shit. I really don't. I will say this. I will say this.
good.
But back to the ratings, yes. How would you rate Marvel Zombies? Book
Out of
one.
book
Out of
one.
five. Out of five. Do you think it would stand the test of time? Or do you. Oh, well, actually, before you answer that question, I have a question. Do you think you would have a bigger appreciation for this book if you were more of a Marvel fan?
No,
Okay. All right.
I
So
give it
what's
a
your
two.
rate? A two? Okay. Do you
Yeah.
think it'd stand the test of time?
Um, hmm, hmm, hmm. Let me think. Yeah, superheroes as zombies. Yeah, that's a
Okay,
classic.
that's a first. You're the rate
I
not affecting
don't
the
like it.
stance.
I don't like it. But superheroes as zombies, that's who doesn't like that? Me, I
Okay.
was, but a lot of people, a lot of other people would.
Uh, as for my ratings, I would say for me, I would give this a 4. Primarily because I liked it for what it was. It was fun. It was fun. I liked it.
Okay.
It was fun. The dialogue was fun. I thought it was funny, and it had a lot of dark humor. There's moments where I actually found myself laughing. Uh, was it Eisner worthy writing? No, it is not. It is not Eisner worthy writing. I feel like Robert Kirkman was like, okay, this is fun. I'm gonna just I'm just have a good time with this. I'm not trying to change the waves or whatever. I'm just have a good time, and that's honestly the vibes I got with this. And I liked it a lot. I would say. Uh, and do I think it's standing this time? Obviously, it's getting a fucking TV show, even though the
Again,
show.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but the problem I have with it is that it's like an MCU based show instead of it being like its own thing, which is kind of, I guess.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh.
Yeah. But the real question that I have for you, Soups, all of you at home during this spooky fall season, do you think Marvel Zombies will stand the test of time? Be sure to let us know on Instagram at Super Saturdays Podcast, TikTok at Super Saturdays Pod, and Twitter at Super Saturday PC. Your messages can make their way onto this show. And we also take requests. This was Super Saturdays. I'm Damon.
Oh, I'm Yasmin, the hater of the show.
See you next Saturday.
Bye.